Keep walking.
Can I be in your video?
I hate both of you. Both of you.
Love it.
Are you embarrassed yet?
So last year I did a video on this, the quite literally lowest spec, worst brand new PC you can buy. Well, lo and behold, after taking a trip to our friendly local Best Buy, there's an upgraded model that cost a whopping $10 more. So let's find out if second time's the charm or if $360 for a brand new all-in-one is still a bad idea. Now with a system like this, you have to keep your expectations somewhat low. We're looking at a low-end Intel processor, there's not a lot of RAM, not a lot of storage. I mean, who buys this system, right? Short of like businesses who want a bare basic system, you know, there's probably a lot of grandmas out there who don't need anything more than being able to browse Facebook.
I mean, tech YouTubers who like making the same video.
How dare you, Matt? Let's see what we get for 360 bucks. I'll immediately say, you get some incredibly nice foam. Look at that, that's probably worth like $9 right there.
Yeah.
Here is the system itself. Now, one of the things that really drew my attention to this is that they have used this same chassis for other systems. So unlike the Plastic Fantastic over here, this actually has what seems to be a metal stand, and you can actually buy fairly expensive versions of this all-in-one.
You know, this actually looks very similar to the iMac.
Do we just get a $360 iMac?
No.
No, we didn't.
That's
actually pretty good.
No.
Oh, wait, no, you're
I
right.
hate that a lot.
So there's bezels on 3 sides.
What?
I mean, it looks better than this, though. You gotta admit that.
No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
You would rather have this chunky white bezel all the way around compared to a slightly weird looking.
Look.
Put a piece of tape right here.
Look.
Oh my God, really? Is that actually the thing you're doing right now? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Hey, Ken. I noticed a little problem with your creative fix. Look at my mouse cursor. Oh, where did it go? It's underneath the tape.
Well, so I think they actually figured that since the taskbar is black, that no one would notice that.
Yeah, that looks fine. Guess what? When you're actually using it, it looks fine.
No, it doesn't.
It looks fine.
All your icons are touching the bottom.
Your icons are touching my bottom.
Wrong with a little touching.
But look at these two side by side, right? Clearly, they're similar. But the design here is a lot nicer. It's more angular. You've got black bezels instead of the white. You've got the speakers, I assume, down here. You've got the actual metal stand. And it's got like 4 USB ports, HDMI, Ethernet. There is a slot for an optical disk drive, but there's nothing in here. Unlike the original, which does have a full disk tray in here. So I guess you're losing the optical drive. That's an optional accessory that your $360 does not get you. We also, of course, have the camera, which, why don't we try this next? Because I think this camera might actually not be complete garbage town.
That's actually kind of impressive.
Yo, that's a good webcam.
I mean, I'll say just to my eye, looking at the screen here, it looks totally reasonable. 720p, a little bit fuzzy. I really don't know how the audio is gonna sound, but I mean, that's pretty good.
Something else I'll say, so we've got that J4025 processor. It's nothing special, it's only dual core, 4 gigs of RAM. Supposedly, if you wanna crack it open, which I don't think is a good idea, you could add another 4 gigs of RAM. So there's apparently 1 slot open on the inside. That's interesting. It does show it's SODIMM, so theoretically there's a little bit of upgradability. You also do have a proper 120 gig SSD. That's nice because if I move over, fine. I only have 1 mouse and keyboard, so I'm just gonna move this over.
It's almost like we have some extra mouse and keyboard, you just don't want to get them.
It's fine. I'm just gonna plug this in over here.
Literally in the drawer right there.
For context, on paper, this is an A4. It's dual core with slightly higher base speed, but it is very slow. Also, 4 gigs of RAM, although this one had no expandability. And it's a hard drive that is just so slow. Like, oh my God. So part of the reason that companies such as Hewlett-Packard are able to sell a computer brand new with a screen and keyboard and everything for 360 bucks is by bundling bloatware. And I'll tell you, it's feeling a little slow right now. What's eating up all my CPU? Wonder what it is. Wonder what it is.
Wait, Hewlett-Packard?
Yeah, HP.
Oh.
Did you not know that's what HP stands for?
I thought it meant hot poop. like these two PCs.
There's a bunch of stuff I want to dig into here. Is the Windows 11 update assistant live? Because I know they had taken it down for a bit. Can I download that? Coming soon. Oh, so it's not available. I'm pretty sure this is going to have TPM though. In fact, actually, I can check to see. Yeah, there you go. So this processor is listed as compatible with Windows 11. So I guess that's a good thing. It's probably not gonna run really well, but it does run it technically. Let's try watching a video real quick. See how that works.
Austin's stupid corner of stupid things.
Yep.
So recently,
So this is 60% volume.
At a very, very dumb item.
that's actually
at our
pretty
local
good.
That sounds
electronics
great.
store.
I'm not gonna say that we've cracked the code and we found what's secretly the greatest laptop / desktop that's ever been sold at Best Buy, because that would just be an incorrect statement. What I will say is that first impressions are really solid. I'm about this thing right now. As soon as I try to load up a game or do anything more demanding, probably not gonna be about this thing. I think that's more than we can say for this guy.
I think it's 99 cents too expensive.
What? Oh my God, will you stop playing with the tape? It's not a funny gag when you put it on and take it off like 3 times in one video. This video is sponsored by the Roborock S7. This autonomous vacuum is seriously impressive. Not only is the S7 able to precisely make a zoned multi-floor map of your home using LiDAR, but it can also work on a multitude of soft and solid surfaces with ultrasonic carpet recognition. And especially for the latter, the S7 also has built-in sonic mopping tech, which is able to detect when it's running on hard floors. It really is seamless. There's also an all-new rubber brush, which is even more durable. Set the S7 to run on what schedule works best for you, take advantage of restricted areas to set exactly where to clean, use voice commands to control your robot, and with the optional auto empty dock, your robot can empty its dustbin for up to 8 weeks without you having to lift a finger. It is so cool to watch this guy ride around, clean up everything in sight, and then go to take a break and empty his dustbin, charge, and then get back to work. So if you're ready for an upgrade, definitely be sure to check out the link in the description. And of course, huge thank you to Roborock for sponsoring this video. So one of the highlights, the first time around when we tested the bigger brother, or the older brother of this HP, was getting Crysis, the original version of Crysis, up and running. Now that experience was, shall we say, less than optimal. So let's see what happens when we try to launch it on here. The thing is, with this chip, generally speaking, this is spec'd a little bit better than that original HP that we looked at. However, this is also using the fairly lackluster Intel, I think it's like the HD 400 graphics. It's the lowest of the low-end Intel graphics. Oh, but it runs great on Core 2 Duo, so we're fine. Oh, scan hardware and detect optimal system settings. Please do that. Mainstream spec. Mainstream is one step up from the minimum. I mean, that's not nothing. Okay, 18, 17 frames per second, but this looks like actual real gameplay. I think this counts. I mean, it's not super smooth. Here, change all settings to minimum. Yo, we got 30 FPS, boys. Okay, this is definitely better than the HP. The HP ran like absolute garbage town. Is it impressive that a $360 all-in-one in the year 2021 is capable of playing such an old game? Like, some part of me thinks this is really cool because I remember this game being like the absolute shit. But also, it is pretty old at this point. Why don't we try something slightly newer? And by slightly newer, I mean, when did Valorant come out? 2020? 2018?
Last year.
Valorant, a game from this decade. I'd say this looks like it's vaguely functioning. Excuse me? What? No? Oh God. All right, I'm gonna try to do this a little bit more quickly. Okay, so I don't know what to blame here. It just randomly shuts off, but like, is it crashing? Is it Valorant being weird? All right, we're gonna restart it once and give it a try. I feel like this should work though. I don't think it's gonna work well, but I feel like this should work. Graphics quality, up, 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 up. Connection error. Okay, I think realistically, I'm probably gonna need to try to reinstall Valorant to see what this is all about, but I have an idea. Now, it's one thing for me to sit here and play with what I think could potentially be one of the worst new PCs you can buy, certainly one of the cheapest new desktop all-in-ones that you can buy, but the real question is, what do people want me to actually do with this thing? I know for me, I want to try to play games on it and see how it works, but Something tells me that what I do with a super cheap PC is slightly different than what most people who actually buy something like this are actually going to do. What did I do to deserve this?
Their custom printing is obviously, like nobody would, in their right mind, would not produce it.
I don't even know what video this is. It's like Linus reviewing leggings. Everyone is looking at me right now. Everyone is looking at me.
Oh, wait till you walk by the group of kids.
Oh no, do I have to go that way?
Yes, go.
Oh my god, can we please turn this off?
No. Go.
Hello. How's it going? Don't watch this channel, it's a bad channel.
Keep walking. Can I be in your video?
I hate both of you. Both of you. All right, guys, this is enough. I'm leaving now. Can I take off this shirt yet, at least?
No.
What sick pleasure do you get out of this?
Well,
Why is there an iPad here?
so I think that this is a better value than that thing that you have on your back.
Which iPad is this?
It is the 7th gen base iPad.
Base iPad. So this was like $330 new. That was 2 years ago?
Yes.
3 years ago?
Now, it is around $280 on eBay. Around
So
average.
about $100 less than this contraption.
Yes, which this.
What are you trying to prove? Wait.
Well, this has Geekbench on it. Oh yeah.
This
Oh,
has-
you.
Did you install Geekbench on my back?
Yes. Yeah. Why not?
If we're being somewhat practical and not just haha Austin was wearing a Linus Tech Tip shirt, the iPad actually is what I would recommend for most people who are considering an all-in-one like this, because the iPad, while it's portable, is a great device for the home. It has a lot of power, and a lot of the stuff that you would do on this, like web browsing and Facebook and that kind of stuff, is done really better on an iPad. It's a much more sort of comfy form factor. Is it plugged in because the battery was dead?
Yes.
Great. This is such a scientific
You
test.
could. Here's the other thing about this. You can get a cheap stand and use it like a computer anyway.
You can. And the 8th gen, or the 7th gen, I think specifically, was the one that added the smart connector where you actually can have a keyboard, which makes an iPad a lot more useful. Wait, is this an A9? This shows up as a dual-core processor. Oh, interesting. Okay, so our score is 764 on single core, 1381 for multi-core. Well, hang on. What's the score of my HP? Quad? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Single core 484, multi-core 854.
So even one core of this, which for some reason is showing up as 2 instead of 4, one core of the iPad is basically as powerful as this entire system behind me. Look, I know this sounds ridiculous, and you might not take anything seriously from a guy who's wearing a computer on his backpack with a Linus Tech Tip shirt on, but it is kind of jacked up that a brand new Windows 10 PC in the year 2021 can be as underpowered as this. It is vaguely usable, but like if an old iPad, an old out of date for some reason only using half its cores iPad is still that much more powerful, it should say something about the fact that, I mean, if you really need Windows, they got you. Other than that, look how much it takes to make this thing portable. Oh, look, it's portable. See, if that's not sales pitch, I don't know what is. Another sales pitch I'll give you is to make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling bell for more high quality, for more content like this. Quality notwithstanding.
Why do you have a computer on your back?
You know what? That's a long story. It involves a lot of 8th graders.